What's going on, YouTube, man? It's good to be back on the video. Uh, Hope y'all having a good night, good day, depending on where you're watching it, when you're watching it. Thanks for tuning in. Um, Before I really get into the video, I got a few things I kind of want to go over first. Before we start anything, I am back outside today. Been a minute since I've had an outside video. We've been doing them in the car and in the room, etc. Got out a little late tonight, but we're here. Um, as the start of all my videos, if you don't smoke already, don't pick up the habit. Uh, but day's been good, man. Back on to kind of what's going on in my life. Um, Things have been good, real good. Um, we got a whole family of deer that we feed in the backyard now, and the mama I call her Bambi, and she brought her fawn out today. We saw them, and they ran back into the woods, but she's starting to get comfortable with us. I told my shorty that we're gonna be petting them deer by the end of the year. So I'll keep y'all up to date on kind of how that goes. But yeah, didn't I got the chance to do it. I just simply didn't do it. Was lazy. Had some things handled today. Spent some time with the family, etc. But didn't get a chance. Well, did get a chance. Chose not to. Chose to do other things with my time. Um, like play the game with the hour or two that I got at downtime instead of hopping on and making these actual videos because I think they're popping up under live streams. I gotta edit them and things, but yeah, didn't do that. But hey, it's cool, right? We're here making a video now, so have been somewhat consistent. I did miss a day this week, coming up with it. What's going on, Jovi? What's going on, Davey? Hello from Brazil, man. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Um, Nose has been running something serious. Always keep a little snot rag with me because them Kleenexes, I swear they don't work. uh, Yo, Josh, I did know that actually, bro. Is this 1090 Jake? Nah, this ain't 1090 Jake, bro. Uh, chat pretty, chat pretty active, man. Um, what's up? What's up? What's up? Can you please play Entanglement? I ain't showing no music video here, man. Um, what's going on, Alberto? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Shout out to Puerto Rico, bro. I got a good friend that live out there. Actually, bro, I met at a convention, and he live out there. So whenever I do get the chance to go out there, because at some point I'm gonna travel the world. Um, but kind of going back to my last video, we posted a GTA 6 kind of thing, and towards the end of it, I was gotta explain it like I got somewhat of an idea of this channel, um, but ultimately the beginning subscribers, cause my mouth be dry, man. My mouth be dry. Layers. Um, but the chat and subscribers and pretty much everything else. Of course, I'm gonna have these journey to rich videos. That's what made me make these and giving advice, etc. Um, Probably post some NBA news because I do I like the NBA a lot. What's going on, Storm Chasers? Hope you're having a blessed night, man. Um, Post some game videos here and there as well. But you guys are ultimately gonna be able to kind of dictate a little bit on where this channel kind of goes, what y'all want to hear about, what y'all want to talk about, etc. Um, as it grows. Car talking. Um, but kind of getting into the subject, you're a returning viewer. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back. Um, if this is your first time, kind of give you a little bit of a story to myself, and also it'll be a little bit new to some returning viewers as well, in which you know young guys and young guys and women, bro. I'm 23. I got a wonderful wife. I actually chose very well. Um, I got a 6 month baby. She's about to start eating like food, like actual food, and not just a bottle. So we're buying her the kids cereal nowadays. We just bought it for the first time today, actually. Um, so that's gonna be a fun little thing to experience, kind of see the growth, you know, and that. But I'm 23. And I've had I've had a pretty good distinction with women in my early years. Nowadays it's kind of you either fall between the two, um, in which you kind of got your pick of the litter of females, especially younger. Um, you got your pick of the litter, or you get no attention at all, and both of them are in a way detrimental to your growth, right? What's going on, Storm Chasers? Again, man. Um, because it takes attention, right? It takes time, takes money, it takes effort, it takes thought, it takes processing. All of these things is what comes with a woman. Uh, even if that's, you're 17, not living with a, 18. Um, I say 17, 18, bro. Go enjoy your thing, because it's just don't fall into the trap. Because as a man living in a capitalistic society, and I'm talking to the people in America here. Most of my videos are going to be kind of directed towards people in America. But if you live in a capitalistic society, or maybe you can take some advice and tie it in with your own situation. But mainly, I'm talking to Americans because this is where I reside, right? You fall into the trap of it because they'll stunt your growth if you're used to getting females, right? You're used to getting females and you get females, you're going to end up spending a lot of time, energy, effort. Even if you don't really have to try, you still have to try. You still have to show up. You still have to do things. Um, you still have to make plans. You still have to put effort, right? All that time is taken away from what you can build and what you can move forward to. And I'm really talking to my younger self in this, right? Because my younger self, I'm 23, I'm still young, so I'm blessed to be knowledgeable and figure this out now, right? But I spent a whole lot of time partying, having fun, you know, fighting, getting drunk, messing around with females, um, living in a whole little circle of it, having an absolute ball. Not gonna lie, was it fun? Yes. Did I get in trouble doing it? Yes. But it's memories. Most of it I don't remember. Actually, I'll tell you, I feel like I've only had two major relationships in my life because I always consider them friends with benefits, no relations in it, no ties, no anything. I'm kind of giving my backstory, and then I'm gonna hit on both of those of back again on ones that do and ones that don't, because the ones that don't get females, you know what I'm saying, and this is coming from a time where I can somewhat relate because I stopped putting effort. I focused on myself, and that's when I met my wife. You know, and I was pretty much celibate for 2 years, 2 years, 2 or 3 years, because I found Jesus, and I was like, man, the next woman you know, um, is gonna be my wife. It's gonna be the one that I'm with. You know, because I got tired of it. I got tired of the emptiness of it all, per se. Um, so gotta put myself in the shoes. I can't fully because you know, um, I didn't struggle at that at a younger age. I've always been an overly confident. Um, People would call arrogant at times, especially at a younger age, ignorant, um, pure ignorance. You know, at a younger age for me, confidence so much that it is ignorance at the time. So, and that's really what it comes down to. But I'm not here to give y'all advice on how to pick them up. But I only had two real relationships, and the rest were friends with benefits, with no emotional ties, because I wouldn't do that. As soon as you act up, I'm out the situation. I ain't got time for drama. That's one good thing I did do. But I know the silence be killing, man. You just hear me inhaling. That's why I say don't smoke. um, but my first relationship, when it didn't work out, and it wasn't anything I was doing because I was putting in all the effort, and I didn't really do anything wrong. And to this day, I still don't know why it didn't quite, uh, whatever. But that's not the point. The point is what I was doing at that time, and me going through that made it worse. You know, I was affected by that for like 2 years, probably a year, 2 years, um, a year. Maybe it's two, but I think it was probably a year where I remember nothing. I remember absolutely nothing because I was severely drunk and partying, um, for around a year straight. So that whole year to me is a blur. Um, Not good with dates, not good with like time. But my point is that a lot of the times, if you're younger, or at least me, it's not that you put up a facade, but you're playing a character to a degree. Um, and as a man now, I'm 23. I got a kid. Um, Responsibilities have hit me, and I handle everything I need to handle for the most part. You know, some things I go without, like my car right now. You know, and it blows my mind, and I can't stand it. Something measly as a few grand. You know what I'm saying? isn't fully accessible. No, fish. Uh, but the ultimate thing I say about this, because honestly, men are not going to not go after women. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you have the right mindset and you can somehow learn it before it happens, or before you get here, or even if it don't happen, and just fully focus on yourself and building and not worrying about the women. But it's not gonna happen that way, because I can only imagine telling uh 18, 19, or even if you still going through it at like 25, or whatever the case is. But especially me telling myself at like 18 to really just grind it out, even if you don't have it figured out, bro. Like, just absolute grind, and don't and delay it. No, I don't understand that. Fish. You tell me what it is. What is it? But if you somehow understand it, and I know sometimes I go in circles because I forget what I'm talking about. That I gotta talk to be on track. uh, but if you just focus on yourself and building, because the earlier you do it, you win. No, fish. And for the people that do, right? Because I found a good one, and um, I wasn't, I wasn't like fully attracted to. We didn't like each other at first. I'll tell you the two closest relationships I got, like my family. You know what I'm saying? My wife and my brother. At first, we didn't like each other. um, we didn't like each other. Those my two strongest relationships. One's my wife. Uh, but I found somebody I truly, truly clicked with, and through that, everything else came. Fish, we're talking about mindset on women, and my take of focusing on yourself and building, especially if you're young or wherever you're at in life. If you're not settled down, if you are, if you are settled down, you got a wife, you got to handle that, bro. Your role is different, but taking the responsibility of, once you have all of this, you got a family, you got a kid, you got people that you're providing for, you have a family that you care for, a brother that you help, and you get help too. As a family, everybody help each other, you know. But as a man, you're responsible. You know what I'm saying? You're responsible as a man. But that's not what this video is about. I probably got it somewhere. I've talked about it before in one of the Journey to Riches. Um, but build something, work towards something, because I could have built so much more towards my future with that time rather than enjoying the moment, enjoying the time. But there is a trade off. You don't get to experience that, and it is a fun experience, but people get caught in a trap, you know? And life has to hit you with certain circumstances that cause you not to do that anymore, or you have to find a way. For me, I don't want to, you know, um, it was quite frankly Jesus, man. I was on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm not gonna go into the full story for that. But it changed the way I thought. Like I said earlier in the video, I went 2 years before I met my wife for a year or 2 years, and just focused on myself and growing and focusing and what I thought was all of that, but that truly won't even focusing or nothing, bro. 'Cause compared to now, I could have did more, and I don't regret it because I'm proud of myself as far as I come at 23. But you can always be faster. You could always do better, and you got to use that for the future. But I guess I look at YouTube as an outlet to do something else that's productive because I'm always looking for something productive. And, I mean, this is easy, hard. It's just time consuming, but it ain't hard. Just hopped on here, pressed record, and started talking. So, uh, but guess this video is just focus on yourself, man. And if you don't get no shorties, you don't get no girls, man. Um, and you think about it, just don't fantasize about it as much, bro. There's a reason. It's just not your time. If you grind, if you focus on yourself, you can have a pick of the litter. You can have a pick of the litter. But it's gonna take confidence, and then later on in life, it's been so long they read into it too much, and then they don't have confidence to do it. So they end up wildly successful or something, and they still don't. Or they do, and they have a bad relationship with it. I've seen that in the circle of life, where where somebody has a whole lot and didn't get no attention from, and let's just say he made some very bad decisions. Somebody uh, made some very bad decisions with uh, money and females, and end up going through a cycle, and they tie their value of that to them as a man. It's a lot of just confidence, man. I'm not doing that. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. So if you don't get females, stop fantasizing, man. If you do, stop focusing as much, uh, and focus on yourself. Focus on growing, doing better, reaching it. Everything else will come. A female will come. Based on my experiences of life, a female will come. You'll be put in a situation, you'll be focusing on yourself, and you'll meet somebody you truly click with. and it'll last through communication. Have to communicate. Communication is key in everything. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna cut the video there, man. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta get some things done tomorrow before I go to work. Off overnight, probably. I'm gonna make a promise to myself in this video to start holding myself accountable on here. Um, I'm gonna hop on and see about editing the videos and posting them uh, tomorrow when I get home from work before I go to sleep. I'm gonna prioritize that. I don't know if y'all will get a video until Friday when I work overnight, but we'll see. And yeah, y'all have a blessed one. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna see y'all in the next. Peace.